What is happening, people? Welcome back to another video. Firstly, as ever, if you're new here, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But the breaking news, of course, today is that Lawrence Okolie has returned an adverse finding. This is, of course, the A sample. They are waiting upon the B sample, but the B sample usually follows the A sample, which means that, bar a miracle, that fight is off. Which, firstly, is hugely disappointing for both fighters, but especially, Lawrence Okolie was really starting to come into his own in the heavyweight division, coming off a big win against Kevin Lorena and then going out to Nigeria, put himself in a position where he was a number one WBC contender and was in and had a great opportunity to get to, um, was on the right trajectory to get to that world title shot. And as for Tony Yoka, went into the Olympic Games, and won gold at the Paris 2016 Olympics and was, on the trajectory to do big things in the sport. One thing led to another, and that hadn't quite happened. He returned to Don Charles 3-4 fights ago and looked quite good. And this was a fight that had a lot of ramifications for both fighters. But now that it's highly unlikely that that is not going ahead. I heard Sam and Jordan on Talksport today saying that they'd sold 8 to 10,000 tickets. Obviously, the thing that Queensberry are trying to do at the moment is to bring boxing back to new markets. They've had it's been well established that they've had a bit of a falling out with Turkey and the Saudis, and it looks like they're trying to rebuild in key markets. And, if anything, it's been a success so far. They had Ajit Kabayel in Germany, in Oberhausen. They sold that arena out, 12,000 fans packed in there. There's a hope there for him to go on to full stadium shows. With Tony Yoka, big following. He was at the Paris Saint-Germain, I think, football stadium. He's sitting with presidents. He's well loved by the Parisian people. And this was an opportunity, I guess, for Queensberry to sort of make France at home for Yoka and sort of dot these heavyweights and these big personalities into their own territories and build a markets and ultimately make them a lot of money. Now, in terms of ticket sales, Tony Yoka probably sold the vast majority of those tickets, considering a lot of people out in France were there to see him. Lawrence Okolie, I guess, sold some tickets, so I guess all the people who are coming over for Okolie are going to get the refunds. It remains to be seen whether the Yoka will fight. Frank Warren said I think in an interview with Talksport, said they're looking for a British opponent. Martin Bacolli's put out a statement saying that he wants Tony Yoka. Of course, he's no stranger to stepping in at the last minute. You've got, who else is a British heavyweight that's out there? Dave Allen's not going to take it. Johnny Fisher probably not going to take it. It's a bit of a dangerous fight for him. I don't know. It's quite a hard one for Frank and George Warren to sort out. But Frank Warren's been in the game for a good chunk of time, and so he'll be working diligently to try and get an opponent sorted, because you got to bear in mind as well, right? Like, at the end of the day, they're in it to make money as well. The broadcaster, the zone, are in it to make money too. And if one of the star fighters aren't fighting on the bill, then they're losing money there. You only have to look at Callum Smith, David Morrell. That fight held in Liverpool. Callum Smith's big, that's his domain, and he brought in a big chunk of fans to fight there. They made Ben Whittaker, who I guess does numbers, and he made Brian Suarez look like a walk in the park. So yeah, I guess it's worth bearing in mind as well that, like, these stakeholders have to make money too. And yeah, I think there were a lot of other French talent coming through, and for cars like this, right? Like, you've got to, like, the undercard themselves are going to be French native, so this is going to be an opportunity for them to showcase their skills, their talent in their home country on a big platform like the Zone, which is an opportunity that they don't that isn't normal, that doesn't happen on a day-to-day basis. So, it's like a deck of cards. Everyone gets affected. and if you take the top out, bottom crumbles. So yeah, I mean Martin Okolie, he's not British, but he's someone who's not yet had a fight. Johnny Fisher, I don't think he takes it. Got Guido Vianello, he's been wanting a fight. Maybe does he take the bait? Um, and also as well, I guess this is a lot of the reason why these fighters need to stay in shape. I need to stay in the gym because you never know when an opportunity is around the corner. Talking about heavyweight season, a lot of uh big, big fights. You've got the small matter of Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois. I think that will be a fight where it'll be very hard for it to go past 3, 4 rounds. I think both big punches, both big engines, both throw with so much power. Wardley's got something like 19 out of 20 knockouts. It's insane. He hardly goes the distance. Dubois knocked out AJ in 3, 4 rounds. Before that, he put AJ on the floor about 3 times. So, yeah, that's a fight that I'm very much looking forward to. That could be a fight of the year contender. You've got Jarrell Miller, Lenny Apero. That'll be this weekend in Las Vegas. That'll be a good fight. Of course, Jarrell Miller is someone who the reason, I guess the reason why he's gained a lot of notoriety recently is because of what happened with his hair on the undercard of Teofimo Lopez Shakur Stevenson. That I think has got him a little bit more publicity. His performance wasn't that great. Lenny Apero coming off a win against Jordan Thompson. We've seen what happened with Jordan Thompson on the undercard of Pat Brown and Duca, where he didn't fare against the journeyman. So yeah, that'll be an interesting fight to see where I guess both fighters are and how far they go in the sport. I guess it's something where it's sort of career defining in a way for them. I think Lenny Apero turned over late. Jerome Miller's in the latter end of his career, so yeah. And then after that, you've got Usyk Verhoeven. That fight shouldn't be sanctioned by the WBC, but it is. So that'll be taking place in the pyramids in Egypt, in Giza. I really want to get to that fight. But yeah, heavyweight season is upon us, but it's not getting off to the best of starts. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.